Hello, everyone. Today we'll be conducting a critical analysis of AI agents and AI's impact on the media landscape. My focus will be on verifiable data, real-world case studies, and the ethical implications moving beyond hype and speculation. Let's start with definitions. AI agents, in the media context, are software programs designed to automate or augment tasks by humans. These tasks span journalism, marketing, and entertainment. As illustrated here, this isn't about sentient robots, it's about specialized algorithms performing specific functions. Now, AI agents, if they can do a lot of what humans do, it's just you might have to break tasks down into multiple steps, but there is a whole lot that AI agents can do that just kind of replaces a lot of what humans are currently doing. In journalism, rapidly, a 2023 report by the Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism found that a significant and increasing percentage of news organizations are using AI for news gathering, production, and distribution. While precise figures on article generation are difficult to obtain due to proprietary information, surveys consistently show increasing adoption. For example, a 2019 survey by the Journalism AI Project at the London School of Economics found that almost 3/4 of news organizations surveyed were experimenting with AI. And the key issues here are not just efficiency, but also the potential for bias, job displacement, and the impact on the quality and trustworthiness of news. A powerful example of AI's positive impact is the Panama Papers investigation. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists used machine learning tools, specifically graph databases, and named entity recognition to analyze 11.5 million leaked documents. And this allowed them to identify connections between individuals, companies, and offshore accounts that would have been virtually impossible to uncover manually. And this is documented extensively on the ICIJ's website and in numerous academic publications. Okay. Now, let me give you an example of what this might look like. So I was tasked recently with uncovering some information from city council meetings from 5 of the largest cities in the state. So I started with Manhattan. And for instance, what we have here is a program I wrote that scraped and downloaded over 500 plus Manhattan City Council meetings off their YouTube channel. And it's also pulling every page on their website. And it's got like over 5,000 plus pages. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff on here from fire safety manuals from 1948. I'm pulling everything. And I'm not a computer programmer. I'm just a prompt engineer. Let me just show you how easy this is to do. So we'll go here to, let's say, Gemini. Start a new chat here. And tell Gemini, search the Manhattan, Kansas City Council website and figure out how it is all laid out. Then come up with a plan on how to scrape all the data from the website. Then I also want you to download every single video on the Manhattan, Kansas City Council's YouTube channel and pull every transcript of those videos as well. Then create me a prompt that I can use to give to an AI agent to code a program that will accomplish all of this. Now, Gemini is going to go, it's going to search the website, search YouTube, get all the information it needs to build a program in order to take all of this information. Right? And what I did there, do you feel like that's something you could do? Yeah, it probably is. All right. That's prompt engineering. It's just about using English in the right ways to get AI to do what you want it to do. All right. So this thing just spit me out a prompt right here. I'm going to copy this prompt. I'm going to go over to Cursor. It's a coding agent. I'm just going to literally copy and paste that prompt in. And this thing is now going to code me out the entire program that will do all of this. And I just sit here and I just hit an accept button and tell it to, keep moving forward. And then once it's done, I just tell it to run the program. And that's it. That's it. I don't need to know how to do anything else. All right. It's building the requirements file, like everything that it needs to do to build the program. It just builds it automatically. You don't even have to know what's happening or what it's doing. And then when it's done, boom, it's completed. It'd take a couple minutes to code the whole thing out for me, and then I just run it. And then I basically got this, where I'm scraping the entire Manhattan City Council's website, thousands and thousands of pages, all their data. Then I can just tell Cursor, hey, build me, use a large language model like, OpenAI or Gemini or something to go over all of this data, find patterns, find what is the city council doing? Like, what kind of good things have they doing? What kind of bad things are they doing? Like, what can we figure out? All right. And anybody can do this. And just like, you see, it only took me like a minute or two to just take all their data. Right. And that's journalism, right? Right. You can do investigative journalism real crazy in this way. And then another thing, we have OpenAI's deep research model. All right. This is a new one that just came out, and it does very in-depth research and analysis. Like, say you wanted to open up a business, you can have this thing track down all your competitors in the city, see how the city is doing, like what the city's been up to, how is the landscape of the city shifting. Are we building homes? I'm a construction guy. I mean, are we building homes here? No, we're not building homes, but because there's city ordinances, we can't build, but there's a lot of renovation going. We want to restore the town. It's like, okay, well, let me transition my business into renovation. Like, what this OpenAI deep research can do is in 3 seconds, it'll be the equivalent of you doing research for an hour, but this thing goes on for 5 to 10 minutes. And it's completely groundbreaking. And people who aren't using this are going to quickly, I feel like they're just at such a disadvantage when you're not using these tools, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I like it. It makes my life easier. And AI in marketing. Yeah, well, this gets really cool too. So, in marketing, AI is driving hyper-personalization. We're moving from broad demographic targeting to individualized recommendations and messaging. While this can increase engagement and conversion rates, it also raises serious ethical questions. The personalization paradox refers to the tension between the benefits of tailored experiences and the risks of privacy intrusion, filter bubbles, and potential manipulation. And this is a key area of ongoing research in marketing ethics and consumer behavior. And this is actually one of the things that I was working on trying to fix. One of the things that I was doing was with AI agents is I was linking them to web crawlers, and then that was allowing me to deduplicate and compress the internet. And so right now the internet is really big and it has to be on Google servers. But with the AI agents, I was coming up with ways in order to shrink the internet, like super small, so that it could like fit on your computer or maybe an external hard drive, like a 10 terabyte hard drive or something. And then that would allow you to browse the internet without Google telling you what to see. That would eliminate filter bubbles. That would eliminate privacy concerns. That would eliminate that would eliminate a lot of advertising. Like, by decentralizing the internet, it fixes all this. And that might be coming soon. I think it is actually coming soon. I'm working on it. And so some of these problems that AI is creating, AI can also solve. So, yeah, good and bad. And then the financial impact of AI in marketing is substantial. While precise figures vary across industries and campaigns, numerous studies demonstrate significant improvements. A 2021 McKinsey report on AI and marketing found that companies using AI-driven personalization saw revenue increases of 10 to 15%. And they also reported improvements in marketing efficiency, with some companies reducing marketing spend by 10 to 20% while maintaining or improving results. And searching for McKinsey AI and marketing report for more details. Similarly, Salesforce's state of marketing reports consistently show high adoption rates of AI among top performing marketing teams. And you can set up these AI agents so that they search the web and pull all the data from like one day. So say you're like an ice cream company, and it could search the web and pull like all the different ways in which, ice cream is being innovated, or ways in which people are figuring out how to make ice cream more efficiently or faster or more cost effective, or like, and you can just bring back automatic reports, and just have these reports summarized to you daily, and just like you can always stay up to date on stuff. And then you can also just have these reports that you get. You can have these agents automatically create blogs, LinkedIn posts, social media posts, and just you can add a human in the loop so that it creates all this stuff. And then you just have humans that don't create the content. They just say, "Oh, this content is good," and you just give a human like 1,000 pieces of content, and they just go through and just pick the ones they like instead of coming up with the content themselves. And they're able to push out so much more marketing campaign, so much more marketing like this. Like, and right now you'll see people are like, you really want to push out like at least three videos a day to these social media platforms. Well, with these AI agents, it's like, you can push out 100, 1,000, right? It's like 3, right? Not a big deal anymore. And it's a big information overload too. And the Nutella Unica campaign is a collaboration with 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀𝘁, and they used an algorithm to generate 7 million unique labels. While precise sales figures are proprietary, the campaign was widely reported as a success, generating significant media buzz and social media engagement. And this demonstrates AI potential for creative applications in marketing beyond just data analysis. Right? It's like you got 7 million different jars of Nutella. They all have a different label. And it's like, hey, man, what label did you get? Let me see your label. Oh, man, your label's way cooler than my label. Or it's like, hey, check out my can of Coke. And then you're drinking this Coke next to this other guy. And it's like, yeah, I like my Coke better. Right? like all the cans of Coca-Cola look different. Right? And it's like, who's got the cooler one? And like, did I luck out? And like, it just adds like I see this adding like a whole new spice to things. And this is a great idea. And then AI and entertainment. AI's impact is multifaceted, and it's assisting in content creation from script writing through, though primarily as a tool, not a replacement for writers, and to music composition and visual effects. On the consumption side, AI powers recommendation systems used by major streaming platforms like Netflix and Spotify. And these systems use complex algorithms, including collaborative filtering and content-based filtering, to personalized user experiences. Sometimes I don't like my personalized user experiences, especially when it comes to Spotify. All right, and it's like, you ever use the AI DJ on Spotify? You're just like hanging out with your friends, and it's like, here's a throwback to all the music you listened to in 2023, and then it's like, here comes Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh man, you exposed me, right? These AIs. Ugh. And then AI is also streamlining production workflows. While comprehensive industry-wide data is still emerging, individual case studies and reports from companies like Adobe, which offers AI-powered features in its video editing software, suggest significant time savings in tasks like video editing, color grading, and audio cleanup. For example, AI-powered transcription can reduce transcription time by over 50%, and automated rotoscoping can drastically reduce the time needed for visual effects work. However, it's important to note that these are often tools that assist professionals rather than replacing them entirely. I actually tried to replace the professionals entirely. And I did play with some of Adobe's software, and it is really cool. It does have AI tools that make some of the video editing stuff a lot easier, but it isn't just going to completely edit a video for you yet. And it's hard to kind of have that human, that creativity element to the video editing, right? There's a lot of complex nuances that go into it, but I think we are getting to that point with AI. Once we have advanced general intelligence, AGI, I think that will have the capability of doing that. And that's actually probably coming really soon, but currently that's not the case. But some of the tools are really cool. Like one of them will let you like expand the audio. So like if you have a song and then your video is like 3 minutes, but the song is 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you can drag the song out to the 3 minute mark, and then the AI will automatically come up with the music to fill in that gap that wasn't even there in the song. Like they got like cool features like that. And then the deep Tom Cruise videos, while initially presented as entertainment, highlight the serious ethical concerns around deepfakes and these AI generated videos, which realistically depict individuals saying or doing things that they never did, raise profound question about misinformation, consent, and the potential for malicious use. And this is a rapidly evolving area of legal and ethical debate. I mean, I see this all the time with people imitating Elon Musk, Trump, all kinds of people. And you get to the point where you don't even know what's what or what to believe sometimes. And it's very scary. Very scary. And then we also have a problem of bias. Right? And algorithmic bias is a well-documented problem. AI systems are trained on data. And if that data reflects existing societal biases, the AI will reproduce and potentially amplify those biases. For example, I could train an AI on this slide, but when I had AI create this slide, it had a bar graph, and this 70% said white male as like dominant group, and then 0% of like minority, right? And it was just a bar graph that had like a 70% and white male. It didn't really give any data, but I changed it, right? And so I put bias into this data, right? And if I wanted to train AI on this PowerPoint, I now trained it to be biased towards my viewpoint, right? And that's what these guys who are training these AI models are maybe maybe not consciously doing, but everybody has bias one way or another. Everybody has their own life experiences, their own perspectives, their own, how they've experienced the world is going to cause them to view the world differently from a different lens than how somebody else has experienced the world. And that bias gets put into these AI models. And that is something to consider. And AI can possibly even amplify that bias. And you can see this has been demonstrated in various contexts, including facial recognition software that performs poorly on people of color and hiring algorithms that discriminate against women, as reported in cases involving Amazon's recruiting tool. And this is a critical area of research and requires ongoing vigilance. And the impact of AI on employment is a complex issue. While some jobs, particularly those involving repetitive tasks, are at risk of automation, new roles are also emerging. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report projects both job displacement and job creation due to AI and automation, but emphasizes the need for significant reskilling and upskilling of the workforce. The exact balance between job losses and gains in the media industry is still being studied, but it's clear that the workforce will need to adapt. So I was consulting for a credit repair company, Credit Saint. They're like the nation's #1 top credit repair company, and they do inbound calls, and they do everything over the phone, customer service and sales, and they sell credit repair. And AI can be trained to be a sales agent, can replace all their salespeople. AI can also do all their customer service and could replace their entire customer service workforce. I mean, they could literally replace everybody working for them with AI. All right. And yeah, they might have lost their, they could lose their jobs that way. But there's different ways of implementing AI. And the real problem that company had is not that they needed AI to replace their workers. They needed AI to replace their product. They needed AI to enhance their product, right? It's like if their product was better, you wouldn't need people to sell the product. If people just saw the value in it, they would just buy it, right? So using AI to enhance the product was much better. And then if you could do that, then it would just open up thousands of jobs for the company if it was able to grow substantially, right? So yeah, they came to me thinking they were going to replace their workforce. And I came back to them telling them, you're going to need to hire thousands of more people. So it's all about how you look at the situation and the strategies you come up with. People don't necessarily need to get replaced, or if they do get replaced, there's usually other jobs that they can do that the company needs done. And yeah, so it's not always bad. But yeah, people are going to probably have to change and adapt and maybe learn new skills, but it's best to hire people just based off of, if they're a good person, then you can train them to do different things. It's just getting good people can be hard. And you don't want to lose good people just because AI took their job. Try to find ways because I'm sure you can take good people and profit off of them in other ways too. Just got to figure it out. And yeah. And now, addressing these challenges. So, mitigation strategies towards responsible AI. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach, and this includes using diverse and representative data sets for training AI, conducting regular audits to detect and mitigate bias, promoting transparency and explainability in AI systems, ensuring human oversight and critical decision-making processes, and developing ethical guidelines and regulations. Organizations like the Partnership on AI and the IEEE are actively working on these issues. The future of AI in media is not predetermined. It will be shaped by the choices we make today, and we need a balanced perspective, one that acknowledges both the transformative potential of AI and the serious ethical considerations it raises. This requires critical engagement, ongoing research, and commitment to responsible innovation.